Welcome to the StriveScan College Launchpad. We're so excited to have you participating in this event. My name is Jasmine. I'm going to serve as a facilitator for our session today. We have a fantastic lineup of schools presenting. Each institution will have approximately 6 minutes to share information about their social science programs. Before we get started, I have a few housekeeping announcements. The first announcement, your camera and microphone are off, so our panelists are unable to see or hear you. Second announcement, you can use that Q&A feature in Zoom to type your questions to our presenters at any point throughout our session today. Third announcement, this is just one of a few different sessions that we're offering. So feel free to visit our registration site to sign up for additional sessions. And finally, this presentation is being recorded and you can access this recording by visiting strivescan.com/launch. With all of that said, I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to our first presenter from Winona State University.
All right, thank you, Jasmine. This is Peter Meany from Winona State University. Thanks so much, everyone, for joining us this evening. I have just a couple minutes to talk about Winona State and our social sciences program. Our social sciences are part of the Liberal Arts College here at Winona State. And the College of Liberal Arts happens to be the largest of the colleges at Winona State. We have about 100 permanent faculty, all of whom have their terminal degree or the highest degree awarded in their field. And those are the faculty who are going to be teaching our classes. And I think that's a really important point to keep in mind as you go through your search process. Screen is frozen. Sorry, my screen is not working. Okay, so a little bit on who we are at Winona State. Winona State is right on the Mississippi River in the southeastern corner of the state of Minnesota. We are sometimes called the Island City because we are sandwiched between the Mississippi River and the lakes that you can see in the picture there. It's a gorgeous community in the so-called driftless region of Minnesota and Wisconsin. We are a medium-sized university of about 7,000 students. We participate in Division II athletics, and we are primarily a residential university. Most of our students are going to be coming and living in Winona. We have a campus in Rochester as well, but our social science programs are all going to be based in Winona. So the major programs that we have in the social sciences at Winona State include programs in our Department of History and Legal Studies, Political Science and Public Administration, our Department of Psychology, and our Department of Sociology and Criminal Justice. And one of the things I'd really like you to be focusing on is, how am I going to be successful as a student? And the answer that we have for you is to get involved. There are so many exciting things going on. Each of our programs has unique opportunities for getting involved. And it's so important to get involved to make those kinds of connections, whether you're thinking about maybe I want to go on to graduate school, or am I ready to jump right into a career when I graduate. Our Legal Studies program is a program that's designed to prepare paralegals, but it's also designed to prepare students for any kind of career in the law. We have an exciting relationship with Mitchell-Hamlin Law School, which is a law school in the Twin Cities. It's a 3+3 program. So in 6 years, you can complete both your bachelor's degree at Winona State, as well as your law degree at Mitchell-Hamline. So the only catch to that arrangement is you have to be accepted to Mitchell-Hamline Law School. But if you are, then you can complete that in 6 years. Our political science and public administration department is extremely active with the American Democracy Project, which is a national enterprise. We have a strong Get Out the Vote campaign here on campus. We have been awarded in the state of Minnesota the highest vote percentage and the highest increase in vote percentage among our students. So we've done an outstanding job of getting our students registered to vote in the last 2 election cycles. Our psychology and our sociology departments offer strong programs in opportunities to get involved in research, as well as in community service. And I'll have a little bit more to say on that. I want to just touch on real briefly other majors that we have that are related to the social sciences in liberal arts. So we have programs in communication studies, English, film studies, global studies in world languages, and mass communication. Mass communication involves programs in advertising and in public relations, as well as creative digital media. And so again, many of the disciplines in liberal arts, whether they're social sciences or humanities, have kind of 2 dimensions to them. They're sort of human service or the sort of research side. It's not a strict dichotomy, of course, but both options are there. And so either way, we're trying to get you ready for jumping into your career. We do a lot of project-based learning where we have corporate clients come in, regional or local businesses come in and serve as clients for projects and work with our students directly in the classroom. We, of course, have lots of internship opportunities, as well as the research opportunities. And again, we have tremendous opportunities to get our students traveling to present their research, which is an extremely important part of career readiness. So quickly, we have minors in these areas as well. We also, of course, have minors in all of the other departments with majors. A couple of quick facts. We are a Carnegie classified community engagement campus, and that means that we take it seriously, that we work with our community partners, and you'll have lots of opportunities for engagement. Jasmine, am I up on time?
You are.
Okay.
We're right at the 6-minute mark.
Okay. So I'll wrap it up. So I'll just leave you all with a postcard from beautiful Winona, Minnesota. We'd love to have you come pay us a visit. So thank you.
Thank you, Peter. Our next presenter is from Beloit College.
Alrighty, hello everyone. Thank you for joining us today. My name is Yana. I'm an admission counselor at Beloit College. I'm also an alum, class of 2020. So I had a great experience here. I was a major in creative writing with English, part of the social sciences, part of humanities. So I'd love to share more about that with you guys today. So just real quick here, Beloit is right across the border from Illinois and right in Wisconsin. So we are close to Madison, Milwaukee, and Chicago, which are major cities, pretty nearby, about an hour and a half, 2 hours. But right on campus, we are 176 years old. We're actually the oldest continuously running college in the state of Wisconsin. So we've had 176 years to perfect the liberal arts education, to perfect social sciences, to really understand what our students need, not only coming into college, not only while they're here, but also in their futures to have successful careers and just whatever future they choose to have. So in your time at Beloit, no matter what you're involved in, any clubs, any sports, any jobs that you might have, and of course your classes and that whole degree that you get, we want to make sure that you are an effective communicator a productive collaborator, a creative problem solver, and an agile professional and intellectual, because that really is what employers are looking for these days. So to dive a little deeper into Beloit, we have over 40 majors to choose from and a handful of minors as well. So there's lots out there for everyone. And about a third of our students can't choose just one thing to study. They choose to double major. But in terms of social sciences, we do have these 4 most popular ones here on the screen: anthropology, creative writing, psychology, and political science. Now I say these are just the most popular ones in social sciences, and that's because anthropology, we have a museum on campus. There's over 400,000 artifacts inside for you to get your hands on, for you to be able to really get that personalized experience with these artifacts, with holding history in your hands, understanding anthropology firsthand. With creative writing, and something I was a part of, you get to be a part of the Beloit Fiction Journal. So you get to accept submissions from all across the country, edit them, go through different feedback rounds, and then publish the journal at Beloit. So you get a lot of experience, not only writing, but also critiquing and giving that feedback and realizing how to publish and edit a whole journal. So that's a really fun opportunity. In psychology, lots and lots of resources is happening, either with professors or just your own student-run research, as well as in political science. That's been a really popular one with international relations, with our international political economics major. So just really taking a political lens and so many different issues around the world, but also connecting all these majors kind of together and seeing how they can intersect and see how they all kind of relate to each other, because it's all part of the social sciences. So at Beloit, you're also getting a very, very cool, diverse, personal classroom experience. So we have about 1,200 students on our campus, but our social science classes especially have a very discussion-heavy class style. So of course, we still have some lecture-based classes, but we really want our students to actively participate in what they're learning, question what the teachers are telling them, what their professors are teaching in class. They're not just going to take an answer, they're going to challenge it, they're going to ask questions, they're going to just really, really push your professor and their peers to get as much information as they can. And part of that, and part of being invested in your own education, is just having that diverse classroom experience. So in your history class, someone next to you might be from Japan, as we do have 17% of our students from international countries. We also have a lot of students, 29%, that are part of the Black, Indigenous, people of color group. So you might have someone next to you that has a whole different experience than your own, or something that is similar to yours that you can relate to. So the idea is that in your class of about 12 students, you're really going to get to meet different people, hear different perspectives, learn different backgrounds, and just have a richer experience altogether in class for that reason. While you're here, we really want you to take everything you're learning in class and channel it into a career. Really understand what the social science degree is giving you for your future. So for example, you're an economics major here, you might expect to be a part of our business and entrepreneurship career channel. There's 8 to choose from. So you might just want to be a part of one, you might want to be a part of a few more. So with sports and fitness and recreation, you can still be an econ major there with sports marketing, sports management, that kind of thing. So these career channels are really built to broaden your horizons, to show you what other options are out there for you, to introduce you to alums or just successful people in whatever field you want to go into, or maybe choosing someone that has a degree in the arts and is doing something completely different, and just showing you how these things can all connect together and lead you where you want to go. Or maybe show you a job that you've never heard of before, that you never knew existed, and now all of a sudden does. So we're very, very excited at Beloit to have these 8 career channels to introduce our students to different opportunities around them in the world, and to really put their liberal arts degree into practice, to really put their social sciences into practice. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, please reach out. We are in the Common App. We have our own Beloit app. We are free to apply to, so please look us up, beloit.edu, and my email's right there on the screen, so we can chat some more if you have any more questions. Thank you.
Thank you, Yana. Our next presenter is from Lawrence University.
Okay, can everyone see my screen? Or did I show
You can.
Oh, sorry, 1 second. Okay, great. So hi, everyone. My name is Jaime Gonzalez. I'm with Lawrence University. We are located in Appleton, Wisconsin. If you don't know where that is, that's about 3.5 hours north of Chicago. So we are in Wisconsin. It's one of the 5th largest cities in Wisconsin, neighbors to Beloit, who just spoke. And so Lawrence is interesting because we have a College of Liberal Arts and Sciences that houses all of our social sciences and humanities majors. And we have also a conservatory of music. And the reason why I mentioned that is because our students are very multi-interested. And so it's very common to have a major in the college and also be a part of the music conservatory. But if you are interested in just purely the social sciences and also or the humanities, that's also common to have both a double major, double minors, major and double minor, those types of options that are available for you. And so Lawrence is liberal arts at the core. And so we do really believe in cross-disciplinary discussion and ideas and having you explore outside of the box. And so as you can see, we have a variety of different options for you in the social sciences and the humanities. Our social sciences are very strong programs. A lot of them are popular ones, including anthropology, economics, psychology, as well as things like international relations and global studies. And so there's a variety of different opportunities for you to get connected in the social sciences and learn the skills that you need to be an expert in your field. And so some of those other areas that we also include minors in are things like classics, education studies, health and society, and we're working currently on a public health major, which is in progress, but there are a variety of different courses that you can take at Lawrence in the public health realm as well as Latin American studies and statistics and data science. I know that sounds a little STEMmy, but data science can fall into that social science category as well. And then we also have a very large language department on campus, as you can see, with 3 different areas for you to choose from. They both offer language culture and language acquisition and different areas for you to get involved with. And so a variety of our programs that we are offering to you are hands-on field work experience, lab experience, whatever that might be. You're really learning the different skills and opportunities that you need to be a researcher, a scholar in your field, to learn how to get involved with whatever your major might be. For example, myself as an alum, I was an anthropology major, and so really gained skills in ethnographic work, surveying, as well as things like participant observation, but also using data analysis tools that are available to students. And so we do provide a variety of opportunities for you to get involved both and enhance your experience, offering study abroad opportunities to a variety of different countries, offering you the opportunity to get connected to internships, right? Really getting you the job experience and the work experience that you need. And we also uniquely offer a variety of different research opportunities, both that are built into the coursework that you're taking, as well as allowing you and connecting you to opportunities, whether that's over our 6-week winter break or the summer at other universities that we may have partnerships with. And so I always tell students, you're always going to get your hands on research, but also get a good understanding that research doesn't mean just putting on a lab coat, right? You can do research in a variety of different ways. In the past few years, we've actually had increased numbers of students in the humanities and the social sciences be awarded funding to be able to do research over the summer on and off campus to really enhance the way that we do education at Lawrence. And so there are a variety of different opportunities for you to showcase that. And at Lawrence, our faculty really see you as colleagues in training. We have an 8-to-1 student faculty ratio with opportunities to do one-on-one independent study work. And so that gives you the opportunity to work closely with a faculty member to design projects that you're interested in the areas that you're most excited about. So that way you can present those and offer those opportunities of those findings at your Chandler Senior Experience, which is the final course that you'll take at Lawrence to be able to share your experiences and your academic talent as a final course you take to your peers and the faculty in your department. And lastly, I want to say too that aside from the social sciences, our campus is a very lively one. You will meet with a variety of different students on campus. There are 100 different clubs and organizations. There are even different departmental clubs that you can get involved with and connected with as well while you're on campus. And so these opportunities really allow you to enhance your experience, really allowing you to be a well-rounded student when you're at Lawrence. And like I mentioned before, it's very common. We have Division III athletics. It's common to be in part bands. Appleton, Wisconsin, also downtown Appleton has a lot to offer students as well, really enhancing things or providing things like festivals and restaurants and shops and live music opportunities. The service is also a really big component of the student experience on campus. Students are very actively engaged in the community and really using that to tie into the work that they're doing. For myself, example, I volunteered off campus at the Boys and Girls Club nearby, and I was an anthropology major. And so my research focused on youth in the middle schools and looking at different cultural factors that influence youth to run away from home. And so there are a variety of different opportunities for you to get connected and to experience that. I'll leave you with that. I think I'm getting close to time, but did want to just emphasize those opportunities that are available to you at Lawrence. We don't really necessarily force you to choose and pick a box or put you in a box. You really do get to expand the different areas that you want to get connected to. Thank you.
Thanks, Jaime. Our next presenter is from the University of Wisconsin-Platteville.
Thank you, Jasmine. Hey, everybody. My name is Rob Stallion. I am an on-campus admissions counselor and multicultural outreach specialist here at UW-Platteville. And let's share my screen really quick. Okay. So what we're looking at on the screen right now is an overview snapshot of campus. If you are very unfamiliar with Platteville, we are in the southwest corner of the state of Wisconsin. We're about 30 minutes from the border of Iowa and 30 minutes from the border of Illinois, right next to the Mississippi River. So we're fairly centrally located, not incredibly far from anything at all. We're 3 hours from Chicago, 2.5 hours from Milwaukee, an hour from Madison, 4 hours south of the Twin Cities, and about an hour or 30 minutes from Dubuque, Iowa, maybe an hour from Iowa City. Campus was founded in 1866. We have over 800 acres here in our main campus in Platteville, Wisconsin. We have 2 other campus locations, one in Baraboo, Wisconsin, UW-Platteville, Baraboo-Sauk County, as well as the other in Richland Center, Wisconsin, UW-Platteville, Richland. We're going to jump into a really quick video here that'll allow you to hear from one of our recently graduated students, Georgia Shu.
I chose to attend UW-Platteville because of its affordability, because they had a ton of hands-on learning opportunities. The forensic investigation major was very thorough, and when it was described to me, it sounded like something that I really thought I would enjoy doing, and I have. I would not trade my experience here for anything.
That's Georgia, and she majored in one of our social science programs. She was part of our criminal justice and forensic investigation programs. But we have 5 total majors within our social sciences, 7 minors, with 1 pre-professional program, that pre-law program. If you scan the QR code on the screen, it'll actually take you to a landing page on our website that highlights all of these individual programs and has links that will take you to their individual sites within our campus website. But here on our campus, we have a very innovative, unique and innovative hands-on learning environment. We like to call it learn by doing. So when you're a student here, your professor will not only teach you how to do something, but they're going to show you how to do it and have you do it with your own 2 hands. While you're in the classroom, you'll get a lot of hands-on learning experiences through our forensic investigation crime scene house, or FISH house. It is literally a real house that a lot of our forensic investigation and criminal justice students get a chance to utilize through their different classes. The professors go in there all the time and create mock crime scenes, such as the mock murder scene that we do every year around Halloween, where the professors go in with fake blood. They throw it all over the place. They set up some dummies and set up different evidence, so our students actually get a chance to go in and lift fingerprints, as well as break down and dissect that murder scene and other crime scenes that they create. Our forensic investigation lab, where we actually teach our students how to pull fingerprints. And then we offer a ton of internships as well. We have connections to the Department of Justice for internships, as well as local, state, and federal level internships. 100% of our students within our social science programs participate in at least one internship or co-op. We help a lot of our students achieve that through our career and professional development office here on our campus, where their services are free for our students, but they will help you create or tweak your resume. If you already created one, they'll put you through a mock job interview if you ask them to. They also host the 2 really large career fairs here on our campus, where we will have anywhere between 400 to 600 employers on our campus at one point in time. So a lot of opportunities for our students to get real life and professional experience. On our campus, we have just under 8,000 students. We have an average class size of 25 with a 20-to-1 student to faculty ratio. And you will also be taught by 100% faculty. So we have no teachers aides or graduate assistants here on our campus. So that really fosters and promotes that professor-student relationship here at UW-Platteville. Here's a look at our cost chart. So if you're a Wisconsin resident, whether you're from Minnesota, Iowa, Illinois, or even a non-resident, your cost of tuition is going to be very affordable and cost competitive. You know, one of the things I can guarantee you is that we're going to be one of the more cost competitive and affordable tuition prices from a 4-year institution in this region, as well as the return on investment is very, very large. The average starting income for a UW-Platteville graduate is upwards of $57,000 right out of college, upwards of $65,000 to $75,000 right out of college if you're a STEM major. Okay, we're the #1 public institution in the country for getting a job after you graduate college. The article and ranking came out this past July. We're also the #1 school in the state of Wisconsin, top 20 school in the country for value based on your ROI, your return on investment. I just highlighted that a little bit as well. But then on top of that, we also offer a ton of scholarships to our students. For the incoming fall of 22 school year, we will have given away over $5 million in scholarship opportunities. I believe that is my time. Once again, my name is Rob Stallion. I'm an on-campus admission counselor, multicultural outreach specialist. Our contact information is on the screen. Feel free to give us a call or shoot us an email. There's always somebody available to answer any of your questions. Thank you all.
Thanks, Rob. Our next presenter is from Westminster College.
Can you all hear me? Hi, I'm Rebecca. I'm from Westminster College in Salt Lake City. We're a liberal arts college. We're located, Salt Lake City is the capital of Utah. It's the biggest city. There's an airport about 20 minutes from our campus. So if you're coming from far away, it's not going to be super difficult to get to us. We are a private independent liberal arts school. So private just means that we're not affiliate or we're not closely related to the state. And liberal arts is an experience where we really believe that there's no division between subjects. So we're talking about social sciences today, but you might have classes. One of our classes is called Social Justice by the Numbers, where we have a statistics class. It's all about social justice. So we really seen our liberal arts experience, not just the acknowledgement of the connection between subjects, but an embracing of it. We have half our students are from 47% are from out of state, 3% are international. So we got about a 50-50 split of students who are from Utah and students who aren't. So you're having a really just diverse life experience with the people around you. We have 1,850 students at Westminster. We are small for colleges in general, and our average class size is 13 students. We have 50 academic offerings. These are all the subjects you can take class in. I'm really excited to tell you about some of our social science options. For example, psychology is a really popular major here. We have a special opportunity where you can take an emphasis in cognitive science. So there's a neuroscience lean in your studying. We also have a public health program where our students are getting involved from the beginning in the public health field. We had a student who was really instrumental in developing vaccine distribution in Utah, and this was a very recent graduate. So these are students who are coming out ready to serve the community. We also have a political science program where students are getting internship experience right away. All Westminster students have a world experience, which means they're either doing research internship, excuse me, or they're doing a study away. We have a number of study abroad options that focus on social science, and some other ones that are kind of unique to us is our justice studies major and our customized major option. So if you're coming in with a social science goal that you don't see quite that we have a major affiliated with it, that you can make that major happen. We had a student who came in who was really passionate about public health, and she was passionate about theater. And those might not seem like something that go together, but she created the public health and the arts major, where she studies how having access to theater, museums, music affects your health. So lots of really cool opportunities. We have also, we're an NCAA Division II school, and we've got 15 sports. Something that's kind of unique to us is because we're surrounded by these mountains, we have a number of winter sports options. We actually have a number of Winter Olympians come out of Westminster. So there's some cool opportunities, not just as an athlete, but as a student, you can try skiing, snowboarding. We have really a lot of opportunities for you in the outdoors. We also have a number of programs to support your learning, both in and outside of a classroom. Two, I like to point out the first generation scholars. So if you are one of the first people in your family to go to college, you might be a first generation college student. And we have a lot of support for you because it might be just a new experience for the family. So we've got this program provides mentoring, funding for books, and just other ways to make college doable. We have a really strong emphasis that we want students to be able to do research right away. Part of that is covered with our McNair Scholars Program. There's McNair Scholars Programs all across the country at Westminster. We're working with students who have a passion for research to help them get ready for grad school, do research during their time at Westminster, and really just kind of have that interest thrive. As I said, we're in Salt Lake City, so we have for every student who comes, whether they're coming from across the world or across the street, all of our students are living on campus. We have a really rich college campus life. Again, just based on where we are, we have a ton of outdoor programming, so snowboarding, skiing, and we also have more than 40 clubs to really just not just honor your academic interests, but your personal interests as well. We have a number of student support services. So as you're pursuing your passion for social sciences and your intended major, we've got places all over the way to help you. So we've got a writing center where you can get free feedback on your academic writing. And that includes applying to law school, applying to Masters of Social Work, what essays you're gonna be doing there, as well as your personal writing. We also have an office that's dedicated to placing you in off-campus experiences, including research, internships, things like that, as well as doing study abroad. We actually have several study abroad options that are specifically for social science students. And then paying for college. This is a big one, and I think it's one that's really important to know a lot about as early as you can. So at Westminster, everyone gets a scholarship. It's just automatic. If you're eligible to be admitted to Westminster, you're eligible for a scholarship. And that ranges based on your academic performance in high school. And a important thing to know is that because we're a private school, your tuition is not at all dependent on what in-state or out-of-state. It's the same for everyone. And finally, we're a test optional school. So when you apply, you get to choose if a test score is going to show who you are best or if an essay is. But ultimately, we just want to see you. We just want to see what you're passionate about. And we'd be so excited for you to apply. Thank you.
Thank you, Rebecca. Our next presenter is from the University of Illinois, Springfield.
Good evening, everybody. And I am also Rebecca. My name is Rebecca Johnson. I am from the University of Illinois, Springfield. I'm one of the associate directors of admission, as well as also overseeing international recruitment for the university. So I'm going to just do a brief overview about UIS. I'm going to move something out of the way here. So we are a mid-sized university located in a capital city, which makes us a unique location for students to come and get that hands-on experience, especially in the social sciences, with the experts in the field. So while students are at UIS, they will learn how to function in a connected and a very complex world that we now currently live in. We have a very strong sense of community involvement and engagement in our surrounding area. And students have those opportunities to really get engaged while they are in those undergraduate classes. As I kind of mentioned, we have that history and that tradition of educating public servants and leaders. We are part of the University of Illinois system. So that means, that degree, that University of Illinois name is recognized around the world. We are a separate campus, though, from the other two University of Illinois campuses, one which is in Urbana-Champaign and the other which is in Chicago. We are a very student-focused campus. We have a 13-to-1 faculty ratio. We don't have lecture halls on our campus. We're a younger campus where our buildings are all built within the last 50 years, many of them built within the last 20 to 25 years. And so there was a lot of intentionality that went into designing the campus to make sure that our students and our faculty members interact with each other closely. We have about 4,000 students currently enrolled at UIS between the undergraduate and the graduate level. About 2/3 of those are undergraduate. We offer 47 different bachelor's degrees, 50 different master's programs, a variety of different graduate certificates, and 1 doctoral program. So while we are not a research intensive university, it allows our faculty members to still continue to do research while also still focusing on the students in their classes. Some of our most popular programs within the social sciences include history, education, psychology and counseling are very strong programs, communications, public affairs and political science. Being in that capital city, you're primed for access to, local representatives, nonprofit organizations, criminology, criminal justice, legal studies. We recently just began a 3+3 program for students who are wanting to go into law school, where you would do your first 3 years at University of Illinois Springfield, and then your last 3 years would be in law school at University of Illinois Chicago. So an opportunity to really see 2 different types of environments while still earning that world-recognized degree. Social work and child advocacy programs are also very strong at UIS. So depending on where you're wanting to go with those social sciences, if you're looking at social work or sociology, psychology, lots of those hand-on learning experiences. We have been named the #1 public regional university in Illinois for the last 7 years. And so it really gives students that opportunity for a very affordable education, hands-on learning in the classroom. And if you're an in-state student, great opportunities for that affordability as well. And I'll talk more about scholarships in just a minute. As I mentioned, we are not that big research institution, but there are lots of opportunities for students to collaborate. We have a very strong program on our campus for social justice, political involvement. We also are a very unique campus in that we have the Illinois Innocence Project on our campus. What makes us unique from other innocence projects around the United States is that we don't have that law school on our campus. So students who are working with the Illinois Innocence Project to help overturn wrongfully convicted individuals are at the undergraduate level. And so you get that hands-on experience before graduating, making you that stronger candidate for law school. Even if you're not interested in going into law, maybe you're looking at going into public policy or even education, anybody is welcome to volunteer with the Innocence Project. We have simulation labs on our campus that work with our social work program, our child advocacy program, psychology and education, that also work at the community to help, different individuals who might be working with both children and the elderly understand what they're looking for when they do those home visits. Students are able to work with our research support team to find those research opportunities, to present those opportunities around the world. Our Center for State Policy and Leadership, legal, legislative, and policy studies, the sky's the limit. The museums here in Springfield readily welcome our students. So if you're thinking about going into history or anthropology, there's opportunities to get that hands-on experience at the Lincoln Presidential Library or other surrounding community locations. We are an NCAA Division II school with 17 different sports offered on our campus. If athletics isn't necessarily your strong suit, don't worry, you will still have a home at UIS. There are lots of ways to get involved. Maybe it is through intramural sports, or it's through political involvement, or Greek life, or volunteering. Lots of ways for students to get engaged. The campus support is there for our students who might need tutoring in a class, assistance in that writing center. Our career development center works with students. The learning hub is kind of a central location for everything. And then we also have health services and counseling services on our campus to support students in all aspects of their education and their general well-being. Lots of campus traditions at UIS. The picture you see here is probably my most favorite and what I'm most excited about, because this happens next week, but it's a giant tug of war game for our students as part of Springfest, where they have a giant tug of war over a mud pit. Some general information: we are on the Common App, so you're welcome to apply through the Common application. We are test optional, and we have a priority deadline of December 1st, and we are looking at waiving our application fee through December 1st. And real quick, I'm just going to leave that on the screen for you to see for our merit scholarships, including out-of-state tuition waivers based on GPA. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Rebecca. So that concludes the presentation portion of our session today. We're now going to transition to the Q&A. I want to encourage all of our presenters to return. Feel free to turn on your camera and I will pose a question to the group. Our presenters will respond to the question in the order in which they presented. The question is, what's one thing you want students to remember about your social science program?
Well, I would like students to remember that we want you to get involved, and we're exactly the right size to help you do that. We're big enough to have lots of choices and opportunities, and we're small enough that we really get to know who you are.
I want students to know that you'll most likely probably change your major at least once. You're going to be, and take classes in so many different things. They're going to intersect. You're going to see how they connect to each other, and basically just want to keep exploring. So I think keep in mind that it doesn't have to be just one thing.
Yeah, I think for Lawrence, it would be that you're going to have fun. The classes are very hands-on, very experiential. And so regardless of what you choose, if it's the humanities or the social sciences or both, you're going to have a really great time.
One thing that I would definitely want you to remember about UW-Platteville is that through your coursework and your classes, you will get really prepared to take that next step in your professional career. Our students, readily are ready for that, to take that professional step when they graduate and start that next chapter in their life.
I think very similar to Yana, I'd say you have more options and more time than you feel like. At Westminster, you've got 2 years to declare that major, and then you can make your own major, you can double major, you can study abroad. Your social science experience is really going to be your own here.
And I think finally, when looking at social sciences, there's not a one size fits all approach. You really have those opportunities to customize your education. And we encourage you to explore and find different kind of paths and where you're going to be most successful, and take advantage of those hands-on learning opportunities at UIS.
Thank you all. So we are approaching the end of our college Launchpad, but I do have a few closing announcements. As you exit from the Zoom session, a survey will appear. It's approximately 5 questions or so, but please complete the survey. It's extremely helpful as we aim to improve our virtual college fair offerings. I also want to remind you to visit our registration site to sign up for additional sessions. And finally, you can access this recording by visiting StriveScan.com/lunch. I want to thank all of our amazing presenters for joining me, but also thank you to all of our attendees. I hope everyone has a great evening.